Welcome to the Curl BC website. I'm Richard Zussman, and Kim Dennis is with me. Very lucky to have her, member of Team Bouchelak, joining me tonight. Kim, thank you so much for doing this. How excited are you? We're going to show you the tiebreaker tonight. How's it been out like there on the ice this week?
Oh, the ice has been absolutely fantastic. I expect to see a really close game between these two teams. They both played really well. There's going to be a lot of rocks in play and some really big shots coming up from both skips.
All right, so we're about to get underway. Let's go through the teams very quickly. So this is the tiebreaker. The winner moves on to face Team Bulls tomorrow in that 3-4 game. Both these teams finishing the round robin tied at 3-4. Taylor Reese-Hansen comes into this one ranked 47th in Canada. They were the third ranked team coming into this weekend. They are led by Taylor Reese-Hansen. The skip, she won the mixed doubles provincial championships in December alongside Corey Chester. Megan McGilvery, Daleen Boarchuk, and Sierra Fisher rounds out her team. They were going to be facing, and they are from the Victoria Curling Club. They'll be facing Kristen Ryan's rink from the Golden Ears Winter Club, ranked 70th. Kristen Ryan, the skip, Shannon Jomise, the third, Megan Yamamoto, the second, and lead is Kirsten Fox. And I've just noticed there's been a lineup change from my old notes here. So Sydney Brills, listed as the fifth, will be playing lead tonight in place of, it looks like, Sierra Fisher, but we'll confirm and make sure on that in a moment. All right, so we're underway here. Lots of action going on all around here at Archie Browning Arena as the crowd starts to fill out here in Esquimalt. We also will keep you updated on the scores over right next door on C and all the way down at the boards on A. Those are the two C semifinals, and these two teams are looking to move on. So the losers are out. The winners move on for that C final tomorrow as part of championship weekend. And just to remind you, all of these games will be carried on CBC Gem and on Sunday on Check. So we're early here, obviously. These two teams have played each other already, Kim, this week. What is your sense of what sort of game we should expect? Nerves obviously will be high. It's an elimination game. What are the strategies that these teams are thinking about as we get underway?
I think there's a lot of experience between these two teams. They've both been in tiebreak situation finals before, so I expect to see a lot of rocks in play. The key is really going to be who can own the top of the forefoot in this game, and then maybe some big run back shots as well. It's a little bit of a miscue there by Team Ryan. They ticked that center bar, so we'll likely see Kirsten Reed.
And at this point, there'd be a pretty good sense of the ice. All the teams have played all of these surfaces. We're an understanding now of the rock, so it's just about executing those shots that are in front of you.
I got it.
As we just work our way through some of these technical challenge here, I'll remind you that these two teams actually started the week against each other. They finished at 3-4, but you have to go all the way back to Tuesday. It was actually their first game for each of them, and Kristen Ryan came out on top 8-7 in that one, scoring 2-6, or I'll fast forward a little bit, had a big lead. Reese-Hansen came back with 1-8 and 2-9 to tie things up. And then Kristen Ryan finished things off with hammer and 10 to win 8-7.
Yeah.
We're just getting everything worked out with the cameras, so we will get focused in on what we're seeing on the ice in a moment as we work through some of those technical difficulties. But as you look down on the ice now, Kim, we're into second stones here. Megan Yamamoto for Team Ryan. Where are we at in terms of the strategy halfway through this first half?
I think we're really going to get into it this first step. We a couple of their draws just a little off. So I expect lots of rocks and some kills from Team Ryan just to open up a pathway for the cursor on the last one hammer.
So moving stones around, and we're just making sure I keep it up in the comments as people are joining in here to watch the 7 o'clock game here on this Friday night. We're just trying to make sure you can hear us okay. Bigger crowds are coming in and starting to eat up some of the Wi-Fi here, and some of those connectivity issues are becoming a bit more challenged. So keep us up to date in the comments here as you follow along, and we'll keep you up to date on the scores going on the other end. Daleen Pawarchuk delivering her second stone into play now. Trying to get by that guard and just nicks it a little bit and moves behind cover. And Taylor Reese-Hansen sitting at least 2. Kim, what's your sense as you look down there about how things are lying in the house?
Yeah, it definitely looks like Reese-Hansen sitting 2 where we're at. I think we're looking for a little hit and flop here by Megan. She's been really solid on these, so hopefully she'll get a little flop into the button here. Even if they roll away, they're definitely getting a little more in control.
Beautiful shot there, taking that blue out, spills the red. And last year, Kristen Ryan's Scotties ended here with a loss to Taylor Reese-Hansen in that C1, C2 game, a 7-6 loss a year ago. So you mentioned these teams have experience at this point of the tournament. They have experienced against each other. As we get ready for Megan McGillivray delivering her first stone, playing third for team Taylor Reese-Hansen.
Yeah, Megan's just looking for the draw here. She'd love to keep this top 8 or bury it top 4 foot. It looks like it's running a little straighter than they expected, so this will be a bit of a gift for Team Ryan.
Bumps that red back and but doesn't quite get around to those guards. So what are we looking at here in terms of strategy as Shannon Jonice prepares for her first draw?
I think it's going to be really key for Shannon to get this rock in a good position. If she can get this by top 4 foot, even if it's fully buried, just put it in the eye for Taylor Reese-Hansen's team.
Jonice in the hack, getting set to deliver. Standing by her is Megan Yamamoto and Kirsten Fox. Stone is out of Jonice's hands. Yamamoto on it now. She's off of it, watching it.
Yeah, this one's coming in a little hot. Unfortunately, that one was just a little bit hot out of her hand. I had about a team 3 on a hog-to-hog. At this point, you're looking closer to 14.5, so a bit of a miscue there. And we'll see where Megan can put this rock.
Megan McGillivray now with hers, delivering that stone. Sweepers on it. Now off. Reese-Hansen playing those blue stones. Kristen Ryan, the red rocks. Looking for that hit. See if you can roll behind cover. Just bumps it just a little bit back, moving her own stone. My apologies, just to move that stone and give it its own cover there. And what sense did you get there after that one as Shannon Jones prepares to throw her second?
I thought Megan threw really good on that rock. It seems that she's just not quite getting the same amount of roll. They might to tighten up. I think she would have been right on at the line.
Shannon Jonice coming out with big weight. Sweepers right off. Now they're on it. Ryan wants them on it hard. Trying to hold that line. Moves around the stones, and when we're all said and done here, it looks like red is still sitting one. What's the sense that you're getting, Kim, looking down the rink? Well, maybe it's two.
Still like one, still an opportunity here for Taylor to make a nice draw and put some pressure on. So we'll
Very
keep an
busy.
eye on how quick this rock is going to be coming down the ice. Throws it pretty close. If she throws it pretty close, she should get some nice finish and get this one around that blue rock in the top of the 4-foot.
Taylor Reese-Hansen from Kitimat, British Columbia, curls out of the Victoria Curling Club, though, where her club is based. Reese-Hansen delivers. We're into the skip stones now. Reese-Hansen's first here in one. Looking for that draw. Sweepers on it now. Fisher and McGillivray. She's going to come up a little bit short there. As Kristen Ryan gets prepared here for her first, Kim, what are we looking at?
Yeah, Kristen's going to be looking to find her draw weight with this one. She's got a good look with Taylor's stone on that one. So ideally as a skip, you're looking to find your draw weight on this first one because she'll probably have something similar on the next one.
We're still just trying to get comfortable with the ice here. We've seen a few rocks a little bit errant early on. Not uncommon as we get familiar with the surface and getting comfortable with some of these shots as both teams are just feeling each other out early on. Kristen Ryan getting prepared to throw her first. As Kim mentioned, just looking at this draw here. Shannon Janice has the broom down there and can see well outside. Trying to learn from that Taylor Reese-Hansen draw, but just over-curled a little bit, crashing into those guards. Stone on the waist. Sweepers are just cleaning. Trying to figure out that speed. Still got to curl a lot. It's curling now. It's curling behind.
Really nice.
And the Amarona finishes it up really nice.
Yeah, beautiful shot there by Kristen. I played on this sheet earlier today, and it was super late finish with that clockwise turn into the ring. So you just gotta trust, even though it's running straight, it's gonna walk over there. Sweepers, you have to be ready to keep the legs going on that. So that was a really well managed zone.
That's why it's so nice having you up here. You were out there earlier. I know you'd much rather be playing still, but it is nice having you up here to walk us through some of these things because, as you know, every ice service is a little bit different. I have heard nothing but amazing things from the players this week about the way that this ice is playing, but there are tricks that you learn. We watched Kristen Ryan play on this ice last night. I don't remember the last time Taylor Reese-Hansen was on this ice, but there is an advantage to getting a sense, as you described, to understand what sort of things are doing and trying to trust where the skip puts the broom so you know how to execute those shots. Taylor Reese-Hansen with her last shot here in one, out of her hand. Much tighter ice than we just saw from Kristen Ryan. Sweepers are guiding that red, or guiding that blue stone to punch it back to the red. She does, moves it just not quite enough. So Kristen Ryan's going to set up here with an opportunity to score at least one and potentially a bit more. Kim, when you look at how things are set up, what opportunities does Kristen Ryan have in front of her?
Well, I think Kristen has to make a decision. She does have, it looks like she's sitting two at this time. There is an opportunity to maybe play that back on that red stone at the top of the ring. I don't think there's too much risk with her playing that to go the blue route. And it looks like they're racing this to go for it. It's just a little unfortunate for Taylor. She looked to make that tap back on her blue, and it had just over curled slightly, but it was well within the range, and I think you'll learn a lot from that shot.
This is a neat shot that's coming up here. So you described that red right at the front of the house. You can see it blues all around it. But you get a really good angle here that it's clear. So you just, when you're thinking about a shot like this, what are the key parts here? Weight, line. Walk me through thinking about a shot like this.
Yeah, I think as a skip throwing this last stone, it's really just locking in that weight. She's looking at throwing that back weight and just let your third call the line for it. She can afford to thrust this across the nose just a hair. It looks pretty close. So
She
we'll see
hits it.
how much weight she has on this. Oh, just overthrew it just a little. Really nice attempt.
Really great idea. Really nice attempt there. Just a little bit heavy as you described, but still, it looks like from our eye here, you have better eyes than I do, that they're going to put two up on the board on that one. So really nice start, and just trying to add a little bit of gravy on top with that three. But going through one with two with hammer, clearly the sort of strong start you need here. We've seen a lot of really high scoring games this week, all across the board, and there are going to be, as you described earlier, lots of rocks in play. So getting those two when you have that opportunity. Oh, it's just the one they've put up on the board. So it was obviously very close there. So the one tells a little bit of a different story, but obviously doesn't hurt you. But not with an opportunity there, probably let one slip a little bit.
I think Team Ryan's going to be happy with the win that end. The way it was setting up, Reese-Hansen had multiple opportunities to really put a lot of pressure on and score. So even as a skip, make I think they really got out of that end.
We have our first score over on sheet A. Cam DeYoung puts up one over Brent Pierce in the first, so it's 1-0. That's a C game. The winner will move on to face the winner of the Kolomaya Richard. I got mixed up because of a practice. Jeff Richard is out practicing, so so Kolomaya and Montgomery. So the winners of those two will face off and see. And Jeff Richard finishing. You may see glimpse. His team is out there practicing. And you hear those cheers. Jason Montgomery just made a big shot. They'll put the score up there in a minute. One of the multiple Victoria Curling Club teams participating this week. Well, let's come back in on our sheet here on D, throwing those red stones. Kristen Ryan, the second from lead, Kirsten Fox. Here we're switched now to Reese-Hansen. Walk me through some of the strategies here, Kim, early on as we're starting to get a feel for this game.
Yeah, I think Reese-Hansen's looking to put a nice draw on the top 8, top 4 foot with that first lead stone from Team Ryan just coming off the center line. It does act as a bit of a corner guard. It looks like a pretty nice stone coming in here right now. So again, the key is to be keeping these stones in front of the foot. There is lots of curl, so you could even still hide a stone around this blue one that just came in.
And Kristen Ryan quick to put that broom down, so looks like she's going to attempt to bring this stone with the Yamamoto just even around and buried behind that blue that was just thrown.
Yeah, sweepers are off this one so far, but it must be close. I think Team Ryan would be okay giving up a force here. They'd really like to limit Reese-Hansen's scoring opportunities, and that's a great stone.
I get the sense most people that tune in here are curlers. But walk us through some of the strategy, especially when it comes, Kim, to around that tee line, playing those stones either in front or behind the tee line. And at what point does it become problematic to start moving those stones in behind the tee line?
Yeah, sometimes you can hear it described as the key. Key is really the edges of the 4 foot, so that would be the sides of the blue circle, all the way up to the 12 foot. So you got the space where you really want to keep stones in a position you could either tap up later or even run back later. Anything behind a team sometimes not your friend when you're trying to move rocks around the rings. So an opportunity here to make Seiko sit a couple and put the pressure back onto Reese-Hansen.
Stone on the way here. Megan Yamamoto's put the jacket back on, her second. And it just moves that blue stone around and sticks around right there. Reese-Hansen taking a look at the angles she has. And what shot is she looking to be calling here, Kim?
Looks like she's calling the nose hit here. She's okay with keeping her rocks out to the wings and having to make Team Ryan decide if they're going to want to go after it or just make a good run, come back in. So a bit of a defensive call from Daleen.
Daleen Borchuk there with her first. And just goes right on that nose, moves the red out of the way. Kristen Ryan setting up now and talk me through what she's just called.
Yeah, I think they were looking to make the double on that last one. So Team Ryan, they're going to be looking to get to the inside of this, and they want to roll it to top 12 foot behind that high, just off the center bar that they have.
Notice it doesn't quite move, so it does line up that possibility as you described as the double here. Setting up in the house in the hack is Megan McGillivray with her first, and is that the option now? Do you look for this double at this point, or what other possibilities may be out there for Taylor Reese-Hansen?
I wouldn't be surprised to see Taylor switch gears. That is such a high guard. You have an opportunity to take control once again. So a nice draw anywhere biting top 4 foot is really what they'd like to give them an opportunity to score multiple points this end.
I did describe big action going on right next door. They put it up on the board. Jason Montgomery scoring 3 in the first over Jared Kolomaya. The winner of that one will face the winner of Pierce DeYoung in that C final tomorrow. Stone out of the hands of McGillivray. Looking to get past that guard. Lots and lots and lots of room. Sweepers are off it, just taking their time, letting the stone curl. It's curling now towards that center line. Guards are trying to get it to curl a little bit more, and it does. They're trying to get it right up there, close to that red. A beautiful, well-executed shot.
Yeah, really nice weight there by Megan. They would have liked to have seen that rock just scroll a little bit more in room here for Team Ryan to follow a similar path. They're looking to likely bump this back a couple of feet so that they can sit 2 with their Shannon Stone sitting in line.
Shannon Jones in the hack now will throw her first rock. And it's now out of her hands on the way. Kirsten Fox on it, off and now. Yamamoto on it now, curl side. Curling towards that blue stone. Just clips it and jams it a bit against that red. So blue still sitting one, and Reese-Hansen quick to point to that spot. So what is Taylor Reese-Hansen looking at here as Megan McGilvery prepares to throw her second stone?
She's looking Megan to have something similar to her first, ideally biting the top of the forefoot this time, just so that Team Ryan won't have the opportunity for that quiet bump back. The sweepers aren't on this one yet. And this is one of those, you got to make a decision if you're hoping it's going to curl, or otherwise you're going to want to take that rack and keep scoring open for your skip.
Kristen Ryan just moving that one back a little bit, so a little bit heavy there, and it opens up some opportunities as Kristen Ryan and Shannon Jones quick to jump in to have a look at their options. Lots of experience, as you described, on Taylor Reese-Hansen's team. Daleen Dwarchuk has the most experience, has been at 2 Scotties, 2012, 2020. In 2012, she lost in the finals as part of Kelly Scott's rink. Was an alternate for Corinne Brown in 2020, won the 2007 BC Junior Curling Championship as skip, finished 8-4 at Nationals, won the 2010 BC Junior Curling Championship as skip, finished 8-4 and lost to Ricky 9-5 in the final. One of the great curlers this country has ever produced. Out of Ontario. Won the 2011 BC Junior Curling Championships as well. Finished 9-4 at Nationals. Lots and lots of experience in beating Dwarchuk and many of the curlers on the ice tonight that we're seeing. Kristen Ryan gets ready for
to that one in the back of the foot. This one looks like it's gliding just a little bit, but still rolls to a nice spot for Kristen Ryan.
We hear your feedback. Try to make sure that my first player can thank you for bearing with us here and kind of focus it on making sure that we get those camera set up as well as the Lane Dag Jackson says there's some issues with the ring with the camera on Jason Montgomery's rink or son-in-law. So we will make sure that we get those things sorted out as quick as we can. So we'll just give Kim a second to get things sorted out on where they went through for a moment, and then we'll get our next version as we get things sorted out. Taylor's now delivering her first home in 2. Waiting for this one to go. Sweepers community Dwarchuk saying we need to ease off this one. Coming down now, right behind that guard, going to touch right on that beautiful shot by Taylor Reese-Hansen. Sitting shot rock, burying that tucked up right against the red.
Yeah, really good zone there by Taylor. I think she would have liked it just a little bit higher though. An opportunity to really shrink down the scoring area here for this last.
Thank you all for bearing with us. Ryan gets ready to deliver her second stone, her final rock here in 2. And what's the goal here? Get ready to watch her. Moving around what we have now.
She really wants to keep this one in front of that loose stone that Taylor just threw. Locking it on, ideal. Really make the button a lot smaller for Taylor on that last one. Really take away the Reese-Hansen team being able to score a goal to the end.
Beautiful shot just beside that guard. Now the two make sure it's the right way. Confidence from Joe Dees it is as they tuck it in right there and will get a sense of Taylor Reese-Hansen leaves. So she's not sitting shot. Reese-Hansen is sitting shot over curled. And now Taylor Reese-Hansen has a chance for a 2-3.
And she just had an opportunity to throw this, so she's going to have a really good feel for the weight. She's got some room for error. All those stones sitting behind the team.
Update down on the ice. Order is scoring the Brent Pierce game. Brent Pierce won a board in 2. So they're now curling in 3. Cam Young has the hammer in 3. And Kulomai and Montgomery still 3-0 Montgomery as they curl in the second now. Cody Tanaka throwing those Hansen delivering that zone, looking for draw away. Score 2. Just get off. Way in the area. They're just cleaning. A little bit of worry. Shannon Jones is getting ready to pounce. If this one is a little bit heavy, it's going to tap that blue. Is it going to move it too much? It will not. So it's 2. Looks like Shannon Jones quick to look at the scores and put that 2 up. So I think safely we can say in this case it's 2 there for Team Reese-Hansen.
Zone by her team. Decided in there. It was right on the line there. That's what teams. Not surprised we're a game here between these two teams. Kept it close. They played each other. People see those guards going up and see those teams trying to come around.
So I apologize. I see Stephen, they can't understand either of us. Best sense I'm having is that with so many fans here, it's a big impact on the internet, and we are trying our best to work through this. So bear with us. The video at this point, a lot of this has to do with the fact that we are just not getting particularly good Wi-Fi service in the building right now. So I apologize. Bear with us. We'll get through it all as we get ready to curl here in 3. A good opportunity, and I do want to make sure you hear us here to go through some of the sponsors, because none of this would be possible without the sponsors. Best Western, Direct Scotties, the Town of Esquimalt, Amity Senior Lifestyles, Greater Victoria Sports Tourism Commission, Digital Direct, Intech Doors, Peninsula Co-op, Hardline Whirling, Cosmos, Esquimalt Firefighters Charitable Foundation, The Times Columnist, Surf Foods, CFAX 1070, Save on Foods, Mayfair Optometry Clinic, Check TV, The Market Arcades, Black Box Media, Elements Casino, and Canadian Tire. And obviously, none of this is possible without OBC. They have done always been fantastic to get all of this ready and prepared. So many people at OBC ensuring this is an excellent event for curlers, especially, but also the fans here in Esquimalt. And none of this can be done without the volunteers. Lots of volunteers from the Esquimalt Curling Club, Victoria Curling Club, and the community here in Victoria. Kim knows this as well as anyone. These events can't run without the incredible volunteers that they have. We are very thankful for all the work the volunteers have put in throughout this week to ensure an amazing event for the athletes like Kim and for all the folks who have been attending here at Arctic Running. Sydney Grills throwing first stones for Taylor Reese-Hansen. Her first stone, or second stone, my apologies, on the way here in 3.
Yes, she's got a really good opportunity to get one of these stones in the top of the 4 foot. Just Kirsten Fox coming up a little bit short on her attempt in that one. So I think it's going to get a different in. There we see that overflow again. That side of the sheet, they really have to trust getting it a little bit early, just to hold the line a little longer, and really get in there when they get off.
Kirsten Fox with her stone now. This is her second.
Things that before the course go into are in. It's been pretty close. I think we'll see big finish at the end here.
Very nice shot there, hidden in behind the guards. Good situation here early on in this end after a very nice shot.
Nice shot here, Smith, and then help build her confidence as she goes into the next game to fall down. I'm pretty happy after this shot. Big sweep coming up here. Really nice attempt there by Daly. Just rolls a little bit. The team right, another chance. They won one of those runs.
Megan Yamamoto Stone on the way. She's going on and off with that jacket. So jacket now off for Megan Yamamoto. Stone coming in there. Lots of weight on it. Just ticks that red. It looks like Ryan will be sitting after that shot. What's the sense of Kim you looked up next?
Yeah, I think she overthrew that slightly. Just didn't quite get that same finish that we see Kirsten's. All those stones are grouped, so a chance here for Reese-Hansen to get one there with a bit of a wall. It's going to be very difficult for Team Ryan to remove that.
I really put that pressure on Barczyk now. They're having a hard time communicating. It is noisy in there. We are just outside the ice service behind glass, but you can get a sense. Big crowd tonight. A bunch of Victoria teams are playing tonight. Dion's ring, Jason Montgomery's ring, Taylor Wilkinson's ring. That's bringing in a lot of fans. It's getting harder for the players to push the Barczyk, delivering big weight. Stone on the way, sweeper on it, letting that by. It's clearly past both cars. They just need to put that blue. It does, moves one red, not both, but a very nice shot to keep that blue stick around.
Going for that shot, they were going for that big one, trying to make that ankle double. However, this does give Team Ryan a really big opportunity to get another one in there. Or so open. Wide hammer, Dylan pretty good with the setup.
Megan Yamamoto Stone on the way. It's 3-1 to us here. Put up 1-2. Hammer up 3-1. Just watching this one drift. You can see Kristen Ryan's broom there. That's right where she wants it. And Megan Yamamoto just a little bit past that point. Pretty close to where they had set that target line.
Nice shot there. Even if he stands this one, there's still lots of 4 foot left for Team Ryan to come in there. The drop path is still pretty even. So this is going to be a big shot for Megan to lock this on.
First stone from Megan McGilvery. Sweepers are both on it. Taylor Reese-Hansen tells him exactly where she wants that stone. It is getting there. Beautiful shot. Right to the stone. It stays right there. Very nice touch on the book.
Yeah, really. Yeah, really stone there. Those guards are pretty high. Ryan's gonna just go for the draw, make a setup shot, and guide it in there, and maybe they might be able to bump that back a little bit.
Chris and Ryan does have hammer here in 3, three in those red stones. Shannon Dionese playing third, her first here in 3. Dionese delivers.
The shot's all about line. This person is going to be really key on getting this rock in a good spot.
Sweepers are on it, both of them now. Just stacking the rocks on top, moving that blue, sticking that red down. Very nice shot. Those guards up, as you described, quite high. There's room back there, but they're creating quite a pile of stones right in and around that red.
Yeah, that was a really great shot there by Shen. Rock in the control. We've got space for Team Ryan to be able to remove that blue one. They got just that little bit of a rub off of their other stones.
Gilvery now. And it looks like they're going to attempt a different line than we've seen time after time as Taylor Reese-Hansen has set up the broom just on the outside of the house. Gilvery's going to come the other way at the pile. The stones continue to move.
Taking a different path on this one. They're going to be looking to come off of their own.
Sweeper's on it's going to come off that blue, taps it back towards the 4 foot and settles right there. And Kim, walk me through the sort of situation we're looking at here. It's at the other end of the ice now, but there's a huge mess of stones. And what is it? How does the strategy change with all of those stones right up against that shot?
I mean, it's one thing to have all of those stones on there, but there's still lots of room for a draw to be made to the button. So a team with hammer be pretty okay with how this is making up to this end, being able to score, or at least ensuring I'm going to get my point here. I'm not entirely sure what Reese-Hansen was looking to get out of that last one, but just because that rhinestone's in the back there. Kind of that waiting game right now to see who make that move first to move a few of those stones around a little bit more in the back side of the rings there.
Joni's preparing her second stone here in 3. Rock's been delivered. On and all. Now Yamamoto on it. It's curling towards that pile. Moves things around a little bit, bumping that red back out, but it may be in the Megan McGinford doubles that red stone. Let's focus on Reese-Hansen as we're starting to see some separation in the house. I'll just looking at Kim's microphone once again just to make sure we can hear it basically crystal clear. So we'll let the crew work through that. DC, appreciate all the support here. Hang with us. And heroes. Hillary's going to go all the way down. There's to throw her first here in 3 and a half conversation with Dealing Powarchuk to have a discussion about what sort of options are on the table as that pile is split, moved over a little bit. Reese-Hansen now. They are going towards that red stone that just separated from the pile. I think we've got Kim back. Hits and moves a little bit below behind cover, and now we have a bit of separation from that blue stone away from the red shot rock that's still sitting in full.
Yeah, well-managed stone there. It looks like we're seeing Kristen and Shannon talking about making the hit and flop. Ideally, if they could get in front of that blue Reese-Hansen stone, it might set themselves up for a big end here. Even if you end up nosing this, you're leaving yourself in a pretty good spot. You really have to watch this. You really have to watch this center line, especially early in the games. When we're out there practicing, there's so much focus on the draw to the button that everything is outside in. So sometimes you can get caught with the rocks curling just a little bit more early on as we're going from the inside out, just because you still have that fresh pebble. So it's best to just keep a broom down, keep it clean, and just be really close if you see that really late snap down these paths early on.
Versus Ryan now. How's the hammer? Her first in 3.
She's got to be close. They're going furled and straight.
And moves that red stone. Red sitting 1 and 3. That blue rock tucked in behind there is the second shot right now. As Taylor Reese-Hansen prepares to deliver her second shot. We have an update all the way down at the other end of the ice. Cam DeYoung has put up 1 in 3, so they're trading ones over there. Brett Pierce has the hammer in 4. Taylor Reese-Hansen is thrown on the way. Her final shot here in 3.
Speaker staying close. As we said, you got to really right on the nose.
And it's hit 6 right there. Looking at these options, is there any way that Kristen Ryan can score multiples?
Hoping a few of the players might move out of the way, but there might be a possibility of making that hit and flop. If you caught it really skinny, there might be the double there.
Yeah, Kim, here's a reminder for you when you're out on the ice. Stand in front of those cameras. It makes it very hard up here.
Yeah, you definitely get a better view when you're.
Yeah, it looks like they're blue is sitting 1 for sure. That blue seems to be fighting right on the white. The question is there a chance to go off of that blue and catch the blue, I think, in behind the red? But with all those rocks piled up over there, the jam is something that could come into play. Her final shot here is trailing with the hammer in through. Kristen Ryan still out of her hands. Yamamoto on it hard. Take out that blue. They are trying to hit. Beautiful shot. We're going to have to take a look, but it looks pretty close. A really nice shot. Oh, to it looks like.
Yep, high fives there from Team Ryan. This is the third game of the day.
Throw the 2 up.
the key when you're on your third game of the day is to really keep that energy up. Seeing this team, high fiving, being there for each other. That's going to be really important for both of these teams. 10 ends is a long game. There's lots of time left, so any ways that you can stay a little bit loose but focused will help you get all the way through these 10 ends.
Right next door, Maya putting the skills 1-3. They now trail 3-2 after Jason Montgomery put up 3 in the first. And we're underway here on a featured match. The tiebreaker, the winner of this one, moves on to face Emily Bowles tomorrow in that 3-4 game as we prepare for the 1-2 playoff. Brittany Brown, the Chiefs team taking on Clancy Grandy, who went through the round robin undefeated. As we get towards championship weekend, where on Sunday a champion will be crowned for both the BC Scotties as well as the we are having all sorts of internet problems here. I'm sorry, Kim. It's a bummer. Kim spent all week curling, and she's been very kind to come join us up here. And we've had nothing but audio problems. So we're trying to get things all sorted here with Kim as her computer has crashed again. So I think we may have her back. We will keep grinding through the technical challenges. I apologize to everyone watching. Kim, sorry to you. These technical problems happen. So we are working through it. It's like getting bad ice.
It's so easy to do on this ice. You get so quick. You're trying to throw it crisp, and sometimes when you throw it crisp, it just adds a little bit to it. So a chance here, sit to put a little pressure on Reese-Hansen.
That's working its way all the way back, and we'll sit there. So it looks like that top one is biting, so it should be 2.
Reese-Hansen looking to ignore those 2 rhinestones. Like to use that corner guard that you put up.
Yeah, the corner guard strategy always interesting. So talk me through a little bit why you put up that corner guard and using it. What sort of strategy was this? What options was it for the place?
Well, by putting up that corner guard, that says to me that Taylor's team is going hard for the multiple-point end. So they're looking to score 2 points here. They're a good hitting team, so they're okay with leaving a couple opposition stones over there. They want things to hide behind. And, even our team this week, when you get those 2 corner guards up there and you get a couple around, we had really successful ends with that. So this just lets me know that Taylor Reese-Hansen is ready to go.
Yeah, it's an aggressive play. It does leave open other parts of the ice, probably the third strategy. In essence, they are ignoring each other's shots as Kristen Ryan keeps calling these shots down towards that center guard, and Reese-Hansen is now attacked with these 2 corner guards now set up after 2 throws by Sydney Brills.
Here we go. So this is pretty nice. And you have room to flop over and use those corner guards to expose those shots. Like the 4 foot in the back 8 foot.
Well, nice hit and roll. Rolls a little bit too much, so he can't stay behind those guards, but gets rid of that high guard set up by the team.
There's a little bit of a balanced attack shot there. One will tie it up. Even a blank this end keeps the hammer. Helps you keep control a little bit here too.
And control is so crucial in all of this. Having control of that hammer, taking advantage of the hammer for multiple people. So whenever you can control things, it makes a big difference. So rocks are again piling up. You mentioned the strategy here from the onset was putting rocks in play. Kristen Ryan continues to put those rocks in play, and Taylor Hansen now trying to remove some of these stones. And moves around a pair, take a nice double and moves that blue, moves that red and sits shot rock. So really well executed there by Chuck on that shot to move some stones around. And Shannon Jonisa stones on the way here. Megan Yamamoto swooping now. Comes right down to Ryan and with that hit moves it around and now sits two.
Yeah, I think they would have liked to have rolled away from the center on that. This does give Reese-Hansen an opportunity to look at that. Even roll their shooter over behind the corner guards that they've thrown.
They really do want to take advantage of those corner guards. So the hit and roll is the call, it looks like, from the Gilverty.
Still a pretty open end here for Reese-Hansen.
Still not cooling quite a bit, so nose hit right on it, sticks around there, and Kristen Ryan quick to want to move that one around, and it looks like calling for that hit and just a little bit roll over to guard that red. Shannon Jones prepares for her second here with hammer. No, not hammer. Taylor Reese-Hansen has hammer, my bad. Her second stone.
They'd love to force Reese-Hansen into one.
Ooh. Bad luck there as jams it and moves that red, and I don't know, in a tough spot there right behind that guard.
Yeah, that was just an unfortunate miss there for Shannon. You hit that rock anywhere early. You want to avoid that jam, even if you're rolled out. The end's looking pretty good still, so big opportunity for Taylor to take advantage of the
Stone on Megan Green. First second shot is Reese-Hansen has hammer 4. Catches the back one, but both move out, so all right. But setting up what likely to be the right hand here as we're getting down to the skip box.
Yeah, I think she just threw a little bit less weight than that first one there. Bring the weight down on these rocks. They're still pretty sharp and they're moving nice. So a chance here for Kristen Ryan to make this one go away. She could decide to keep it on the open side. Rolling behind the corners, that's okay too, but that could also give Taylor an opportunity just to ignore him around. So we'll see where she wants to roll on this one. But she's probably feeling pretty happy after Shannon's hit just down a couple shots before.
Kristen Ryan, her first, as we're into the skip stones now. Stone on the way. Shannon Jones calling for one. Sweep one and now off. Reese-Hansen moves that blue out of there, and the red moves just a little bit away to try to take away a possibility of that hit and roll behind the guards.
Yes, I think it's going to be a little bit of a conversation between Daleen and Taylor here on where they want this stone to end up. Are they going to go for nose and keep it open to flank? Or are we going to see them taking the roll, trying to take advantage of those corner guards?
Yeah, it's interesting. The way the end set up is they have the corner guards set up early, and they haven't really been able to take advantage of those corner guards. The play has drawn them to the middle.
They definitely had a couple of opportunities. I think it was more execution than the strategy on that. So, I think the strategy was good. They just were a little bit more on the inch on a couple of stones in this one, but we've seen a lot of rocks in play the last couple of ends, so sometimes it's just nice to be able to throw an open hit, declutter your mind a little bit, and then be able to refocus heading into the next 6 ends of the game.
So just exchanging hits. Ryan and Joey trying to figure out where Ryan will move that forward. Where her stone will end up after moving out that she attempts to move up.
Yeah, I think Kristen ideally would like to roll her shooter back towards the center. Again, just making it more, putting a little more pressure on when you're arming the stone. When you're having to peel off one in the middle, you got to roll a lot further than if you're out to the wings. So ideally, we'd like to come back in the middle and make that flank attempt a little bit tougher for Taylor.
Ryan's final skip stone in 4. She's trying to move that move that red behind the guards. Beautiful shot to try to lift the options here for Taylor Reese-Hansen.
Really well managed stone coming down. Only had to kill like a hair more to really bury behind those corner guards. We're still going to be in line of sight for Taylor, but he does pretty much just have to hit what he can see and still roll out here to keep the hammer heading into the big end.
Still some opportunities to get your 50-50 ticket. Daily 50-50 tickets available at curlbc.ca/daily 50-50. Funds raised support curling in Greater Victoria. Taylor Reese-Hansen preparing to deliver her skip rock. Final shot here. Owning it, just move that red out of the way and blank this end. Trail 2. Like the line. Sweepers are off. Just grab. That's it. Mix it out, blank here in 4 as we move on to the 5th end, and Taylor Reese-Hansen keeps that hammer.
Yeah, really well called rock there. We haven't seen too many from the inside out on that side of it, so way to just trust that you know what's going to come up with a little bit of fresh pebble, catch just enough. She can throw it pretty hard, so she didn't have to get much of that stone to take it out of play. So I think this is going to be a big lead stone for Kirsten Fox here. She'd love to have this one stop on the center line.
Just set that. End up down on the and swap 1. Brent Pierce goes running 4-2-2. As each team has scored 1 with hammer through the first 4 ends. We're down to the final stones in the Montgomery-Kolomaya match right next door in the 4th end. So we'll get a score update on that as Jason Montgomery gets ready to throw his final rock. As he's right now needed an opportunity to score 2. All right, back to our match here. Sydney Brills preparing to throw her first stone, as just as you described, that the first rock ended up right there on the center line, just a little bit off to the right.
It was seeing Team Reese-Hansen going to the wings here. I'm not too surprised. We are in an odd end, so they're going to go to the open side, put the decision onto Team Ryan to decide whether or not they're going to choose to ignore it and come around, or if they're going to go after it and be able to hit it. Girls are sweeping hard here to get a piece of the ring.
Just a little bit short.
Yeah, they would have liked that stone to hit anywhere from key line, even to back 8 foot. You know, sometimes those little biters, they make the other teams think. It also tells me that they wanted to have a more simple end, to have the attempt to blink once again, keep that hammer 6 end. So a great opportunity here for Houston. See those rocks start to walk over.
That's getting lots of late curl. Back to that center line and nestles right on the button. Pretty close. That needs to move.
I still think that was a good confidence builder there for Kirsten on that line. Nice to hit that 4 foot. I know she would have liked it to have curled a little bit more, but it's still forcing Team Reese-Hansen to bring that play back to the middle, and they're choosing to ignore that corner guard that they dropped up there on that draw attempt.
Didn't go a second shot away. Just catches that guard and bumps the blue stones into the rings. Talk to me about the rules around those guards. You can move them around, but you can't eliminate them, right? Is that how those works early on in the ends?
Well, in that one, she was allowed to move it, and those rocks are allowed to stay because it wasn't on the center line. Had that rock been on the center line, Kristen Ryan would have had the audience the way they were, and that rock would have been pulled off the play. So a little bit lucky for Reese-Hansen's team that was off the center line, and an opportunity here for Kristen Ryan's team to put the force pressure on. But looks like we get a little bit of a rollout there.
They lean forward, Chuck. Will head towards the other Hansen now as they look to play the rock out to that guard on the wings.
And a rollout great opportunity here with that corner guard. We're seeing that big curl from that inside out. The sweeper and the thrower on those first ones, you have to corner line. You have to remind yourself to just give that little bit more, because you know that the curl's going to come off once it starts crossing over.
Jason Montgomery makes his shot over on C, leads 5-2 through 4. The winner of that one will take on the winner of Brent Pierce, Cam DeYoung. They are curling down on A. This is a tiebreaker right now. The winner here will face Emily Bowles tomorrow with that 3-4 game as we get into championship weekend, with the women's champion being crowned on Sunday morning at 9 o'clock and the men's champion at 2 p.m. on Sunday. Megan Yamamoto's rock on the way. And it's just going to come up short. Some struggles here to send to pick up that the weight, as we've seen a few stones come up a little bit short.
We found in the afternoon game a little bit of a throw it there feel. Earlier in the week, we're sliding out really slow and being crisp, but your sweepers can take it a long way. So we saw a little bit more throw this afternoon. When that happens, the weight is going to come off. So we're just seeing both teams kind of having to navigate that a little bit here in this tiebreaker game.
Moving that red, sticking around for shot, but wide open now for Kristen Ryan as Shannon Jones gets ready to throw her first rocks as we get into the third stand.
We're seeing the sweep to keep it straight. You know, I do love watching this team and the communication from the sweepers. They wave their hands when it's time to go. And a really nice roll there by Shannon.
Nice shot getting behind those guards, setting up her in position to beat shot rock. Megan McGilvery will throw her first now as Taylor Reese-Hansen takes a look.
Those guards are high enough, and we've seen lots of swing on this side of the sheet, so there's plenty of room here for Megan to lock one in and set up her skip.
Gets red, moves it, and sticks around a shot, but wide open here for Shannon Jones as they're making their decision on what to do with that blue stone.
That one was really close until it was just overthrown by a couple of feet. That's all it takes to take a little bit of that throw out. Good news here is both of these stones are going to be around the 2 line, slightly behind it. There's still room for Taylor's head trying to get a couple points here.
Still on the way, going after that roll just a little bit thin and rolled all the way up. Too far to keep up on those guards. Taylor Reese-Hansen is checking to see what McGilvery can see as they pulling the draw here towards that to stack on top of that redstone already in the house.
Yeah, even if you just come top and you put and half tuck the corner of this, you'll be okay here. You really want to keep all of that. Try that 4 foot. Only give him an opportunity to walk on there.
Whoever's rocking away. Her second with hammer here in 3, 4, 5. 1 and 5. Living in the past. Good weight on that stone. What's the sense get about what this leaves?
I think this leaves Kristen a pretty similar shot to what we saw a few ends ago. We've seen a little bit of play here. She made one with that back 4, back 8 wave where she almost came up enough to clear the other stones when we had all those rocks grouped over on that side of the sheet. So she's seen this path before. I think she'll be feeling pretty comfortable sliding down to prepare to throw this stone.
First of all, getting ready in half. His broom. Super's on it. Kirsten Fox. Megan Yamamoto off them now. Kirsten Fox on it. Sweeping as it tries to get back that guard. It doesn't. Crashes down the guard.
That's just an unfortunate miss there by Kristen. You know, once it starts to come off that line as a sweeper, it's really hard to hold it there. So still some decisions for Reese-Hansen here. You know, they are a shot stone.
And the goal is to try to find your way to your 2+. So they still have those starts out in the wings. They haven't taken full advantage yet. Similar to the last one, those shots kind of dictated the ability to get out there.
Yeah, this one's really about rock placement. You'd love to sit 2 here. You just want to do it in a position that makes it really tough for Kristen Wright to be able to make that double and force you into the 1. So I think they're just having a conversation here about where they want to leave this stone. You know, they've been watching Kristen throw, so sometimes you might end up placing your rock in a spot that you think your opposition might have a tougher time being successful.
long conversation here as Megan McGilvery comes to take a look. Obviously, there's an important part about having everybody part of the conversation, from the thrower to the sweeper to the one holding the broom at the end, to make sure you're all on the same page here with such a crucial shot coming up.
Yeah, and even having that your front end come down, it just kind of signifies, hey, this conversation's taking too long. It's time to make a decision. You don't want it to take too long to make a decision either, because you start to second guess yourself. So, just those visual cues of like, okay, let's lock it in. As a sweeper coming down to you, you get to have a chance to see the angles in the house so that you're going to know where you want this rock to end up as well. So lots of benefits with having that extra person coming down once in a while.
They've made their decision. Taylor Reese-Hansen, her first stone with hammer in 5.
Now looking to make the threes on that team iron stone. It's just sitting in the back of the 4-foot. Going hard for the curl though.
Sweepers on keep it straight, but it's still curling right to their blue stone. Stacks it up on that blue to sit 2, it looks like, and it's going to be close between that red stone and that top blue. But what options? If Kristen Ryan gets ready to throw her last, what sort of shots options does she have here?
I think Kristen's looking at throwing this one pretty hard. You'd love to hit this rock just a little bit high side, and you might be able to squirt that top blue out just far enough that it would be a sitting shot in the back 4-foot. You saw the first one that you threw really cool. About managing these lines, trusting that this is going to run, and you're going to finish at the end.
Taylor Reese-Hansen sitting 2.
Another option here too would be even just to put this on the nose and all right, here we go. Even hitting this on the nose would be all right.
Beautiful shot. Moves both of them out there. Nice. Great shot. And that leaves Taylor Reese-Hansen with limited options here, and likely just get rid of that red and go with the blank. Doesn't look like there's anything clean, no.
Yeah, that was a beautiful double by Kristen. She's going to feel a lot better after throwing that one. Really bails out the end here. It looks like Reese-Hansen is going to go further one.
Yeah, so they're looking here at lots of rooms. So talk me through what are the options here? Because it looked to me you'd want to try to make a play on that red, but with that guard there, are they just ruling that it may be too hard to move? Can they get to that red with enough weight to move it out and get that blank? Or are we just looking for it?
Well, I think we saw with her draw there that there's definitely some swing. Sometimes with that high guard, you just get that visual in your line of sight. So it looks like they're comfortable just taking one and give them a chance to maybe force between 9 into 1 and 6, which would be okay when you're looking at having broad ends even in.
So that's the backing. Beautiful shot there. Taylor Reese-Hansen putting 1 up on the board. And we're all knotted up at 3. We're going to take a break as the ice crews will head out here, and then we'll be back when they hit the ice back in 6. Thanks for joining us here on the Curl BC website. I'm Richard Zussman. She's Kim Dennis. We'll see you on the other side.
Right, we are back here in the sixth end. This women's tiebreaker game. Reese-Hansen opting to take one. It's a slight overcurl there by Sydney, but great weight control on that, especially after that fifth end break. Put that pebble down and just a little bit crisper. It always feels a little bit quicker when you come out. It's great to see her coming out with great condition. Watching this one. Close on the weight there by Kirsten Fox. Again, it's so tough sometimes coming out throwing those lead stones when you know it's going to be a little bit quicker than it has been from the last one in the fifth end. Good draw coming in here from Sydney. Here comes the finish that we've seen all week. Really nice draw around that guard that she threw up on the first one. Here, looking to come right down on top of that stone, but Sydney just threw right on the team line. See that the sweepers are calling this up.
This moves out right a little bit. I'm back. Thanks for carrying us through there, Kim. And just next door as well, update on the score. Jason Montgomery stealing 2 and 5 to go up 7-2. So pressure really on Jared Koulimayas right here as they trail 7-2. Different story down on A as Brent Pierce is in a tough match with Cam DeYoung, tied all up at 2 back-to-back ones, one with Hammer, but in 5 a blank. So they're curling at 6 now with DeYoung with the hand. All right, back to our you just described how are things setting up here, Kim and 6?
I think they're setting up for Reese-Hansen. They opted to take one last turn. It tells me that they want to put the pressure on to Kristen Ryan here. Had one on the team line. Just a little bit of an overcurl there. So I think they've let Team Ryan have an opportunity to make a decision whether or not they're going to get another one in there. There's a couple behind the team line. Another end here with a bunch of rocks piled up on the line.
That makes it fun. It makes it more challenging as we get those angles that start building up. But we now have a nice pressure developing behind that T line. Megan Yamamoto throwing big weight to peel away that guard.
Yeah, I think this is a really smart call. You just had a break. It's your third game of the day. Keep it a little bit simple. Open it up. I know she didn't completely remove it, but I think she moved it over enough to make it work.
And that's a tough part of the schedule, as you described. 3 games in one day, and then you end up with the one that's the make or break. You win and you're in, you lose and you're out. It really builds up those emotions as you drag through the tournament. And we're sitting here on day 4. All these teams, a lot of curling this week, and that piles up. You get down, and if you get the win tonight, get to bed and you get back at it tomorrow again to go at it as you work your way towards that hope to win a championship. It's very tough on these athletes as we get late in the weekend.
Yeah, for both of these teams, it's going to really be whoever comes out of this game getting into that 3-4 game. It's important that for these events that you are rested, you're hydrating, and you're having the right amount of nourishment. And then hopefully you can really depend on your past experience to really bring you through. Just trusting that leg drive all week and just let it go. Let it go.
Barchuk, the beautiful shot there to move things around as Reese-Hansen sits 3 now. Megan Yamamoto's second. Attempt to move 2 loose, can just squeeze out one, and the other one settles in the back of the rings. Reese-Hansen, quick on the call. What is she looking at here, Kim, in terms of options?
I think that's still a great cut. They're looking for the rollover, not necessarily the double. Even a shot here by Megan, the other Megan, on Team Reese-Hansen. They're looking for the rollover. They want to stay away from that corner guard because Team Ryan wants to use it. But this end's going to be all about ball placement for these next stones coming up.
Kristen Ryan with hammer. Sweepers on it. Right under the fake red. And moves it just a little bit back towards that center line.
That's still a great throw. I mean, you're sitting 3 without hammer. It's pretty open. Even if Team Ryan makes this hit and flop over, Reese-Hansen will likely still be sitting 1. And they'll have a line. They're going to want to chase the Team Ryan.
Then Joe Neese is first on the way down the ice. Just by that guard. Catches that blue and moves it out.
Just seeming like Shannon's overthrown a couple here, and that could be a little bit of that fatigue kicking in. Sometimes you're sitting in the ground, you're tired, your legs are still strong, so you're running as hard as I think I am. Hopefully your teammates are there to just help provide her good strong legs, even dial it back.
Megan McGilvery second. Coming right down to that room is the goal. Curling now. Reese-Hansen wants it to stop right there. It's just got to curl a little bit more. Nice shot.
Call by the sweepers. And it can sweep this in the end, so it's really gliding. Like you said, you're with Team Ryan. Just a little bit of a discussion here on which side of the rock to hit this on and where you want to leave your shooter.
Joe Neese in the hack. Looking to move those stones around. The one challenge with the way that red, blue stone moves so close is that it could open up some opportunities here to move around a bunch.
And we're seeing the five sweepers here.
Gets the one and just sticks around there, and Reese-Hansen quick to go back to using that corner guard they have set up, at least an attempt to, as she gets ready to throw her first of her 2 skip stones.
I think she's just looking for a little bit of separation. You don't exactly want to nose this one. And the give team a pretty nice roll there, nice little hit and flop over top of it. So looking to roll away, create a little separation and make Kristen's Ryan's shot.
Reese-Hansen in the hack now. Big weight coming down to that red rock. Warchuck calling off the sweepers. Wants this to curl. It is. Just right on the face and sticks there in the 4. Right near the button. And high fives for the sweepers.
Yeah, it's all about keeping that energy up as you're getting into the second half of your third game of the day there. So I really liked her weight on that shot. Gives the sweepers an opportunity to take advantage of it. So we're going to be similar here from Kristen. She'd love to get a little in front of the other. It's just the back. The goal of her win here though is to make that reset
Kristen Ryan with her first. Skip rocks in 6.
Really hard to speak here because Jason Fox working the little one.
And just removes that one. Keeps moving that stone around. And now it's Taylor Reese-Hansen, her final stone.
Desire indicates she's looking for that roll. We're onto the right hand side there in front of our pile, just to make it a little bit more difficult to remove any stones from Kristen Ryan, or make her have to decide if she's going to go for the draw to the end. So great opportunity here to put the force on the team Ryan in this situation.
Settled in, decision made. Warchuck, broom down. Taylor Hansen preparing to release the stone. Here it comes.
As this kid, we always love to get to throw the same shot.
Yeah, that familiarity with the ice. Just misses it. Moves things around. Does this change what with Hammer? Does this change what Kristen Ryan is doing? Is there any blank opportunity here, or you look at just for that one?
I think they're looking just for their one. You know, if it does hang out and she throws a little more weight, there's an opportunity. It's a pretty tough hill to come off that one. You're going to be spinning up towards the team like I do. So I think here, the goal is really get this one on the nose. It's okay to take your one, and you can put the pressure back onto your opposition starting the next set.
Kristen Ryan now delivering her final shot here in 6. Looking for that hit and stick around for 1. Sweepers on it. They like it. Right on the nose. Sticks around. 1. Kristen Ryan leads 4-3 after 6 as the hammer now flips over to Taylor Reese-Hansen.
Yeah, a really well thrown stone there by Kristen. No panic in the sweep for the line call. She was close when she let it go. Both teams still out there smiling, so I love their energy heading into the second half of the game. sweeps there by Pearson, so she does have that 30-second cushion to kind of be able to take a break, catch your breath, and be able to settle that heart rate down before you throw the first note of the set.
Getting those laces on nice and tight. We'll just take a quick look. I know you can catch a little bit of a glimpse of it on your screen, but Cody Tanaka throwing the final stone over on sheet C. They are staring at one rock, and you can see that moving on the left side of your screen now. Tanaka going for a bunch there, and he does move it, and it's going to be 3 for Jared Maya to cut into that lead. It's now 7-5 for Jason Montgomery. Well executed shot by Cody Tanaka over on the other side. But our match is back underway here right in front of us as we get ready for 7. And this has been a really a great tactician's game so far. Low scoring, looking at the different options. Neither team has been able to really take advantage yet of any big missed opportunities. And as we focus in now on the last 4 minutes, what are you looking for in terms of, are we going to start seeing more aggressive play from either team, or what's your sense about where teams are feeling they're at this point with the score tied up at 3?
I think it's going to stay pretty status quo. I think both of these teams are really waiting for that big opportunity. They are tired. They're at the end of the day. You don't necessarily need to force the issue. So it's all really about being patient. And when you get that miss, whoever can take advantage of it is going to come out on top of this.
We have an update over on 1. Brent Pierce able to steal in 6. It was very close. They had to do a measurement, and it is now 3-2 as Brent Pierce leads 3-2. And that's the fire alarm. So we're going to take our cue from the players here, but it looks like we may need to evacuate. So we are going to pause the audio, let the stream run, and we will be back once this fire alarm is over. So we'll see you once this is over.
They're going to call me. We are all clear. Come on down into the building. Competitors, you guys have circled on the ice. Give the officials a minute to spin their shoes back on and check the clocks, okay? We'll give you the heads up when you take some slides to get started again.
You just get to like restart again. drops it all at 0.
All right, fire drill's over. The alarm was real. Firefighters were real. Can we convince them to come learn how to curl around? So we're back underway here. You've curled a long time. Have you ever experienced anything like this? And what does it mean for the players to walk away for 10 minutes and now come right back on the ice? Is there anything to think about here as we get back underway? And just to mention for those watching at home, everybody's okay here. The alarm's off. There was no smoke. It was very quickly cleared. So if you were worried about the alarms and your loved ones are here, everybody is okay. All right, let's focus back on the curling now. Kim, in a break like that, unplanned ice sits for about 10 minutes or so. What does it mean for the curlers come back on the ice?
I mean, we can't control what just happened there, so I think it was an opportunity for most of those coaches to be able to check in with their teams again. It did sit for a couple of minutes, so there was like no discussion around, and just credit probably end and finding ways to speed start. So luckily the break wasn't too long. All of these athletes have the mental to just come back out.
The big question people were chatting about out there, and I didn't see where the curlers went, but what happens with the curling shoes? Right? Like we were all brought out pretty quick. I'm assuming everybody got pulled outside. So I'm guessing they're all okay, but it was all a little bit surprising, I think, for everybody involved as there was some hesitancy to leave the ice, and then immediately they say, all right, we got to get out of here now.
I mean, I always carry an extra pair of socks in my bag.
Good.
You never know what's going to happen. So if that was me, I'd have taken my shoes off before I headed outside, and I would have been ready to put on a fresh pair and keep my shoes clean. But there are boot boys, there's sticky mats, so I'm sure that the curlers
Well prepared.
cleaning off their shoes. And extra snacks.
Feeling for check now as we get we're back underway here in 7. That guard is off the center line there, so just looking to peel that guard.
Yeah, I think after an unplanned break like that, keeping this end simple because you might not know what to expect with any changes in the ice. A bit of a big miss there by Dean.
And the way that Dean has been executing today, it makes you wonder what's happening with the ice. Is it one of those changes and just missing that peel and putting that stone straight through? So now an opportunity here as Shannon Jonee steps up to throw her first stone in 7, playing third here with the Red Stones for Team Ryan.
We saw this all week though on the ice. After that sixth end, when you started to bring the weights up, the ice was fading out. So to see more weight on that and it going by on the wide side, I'm not super surprised to see that. The athletes should know that. That should be part of their discussions. What changes are we seeing on the ice? Is it consistent to what we've seen all week long? So a bit of a surprise there.
A little surprising, taking advantage of it there. Shannon Jonee's putting it in behind that guard. Reese-Hansen taking a look to see what may be available here for Megan McGilvery as she prepares to throw her first rocks with the red stone or with the blue stones and hammer here in 7.
Yeah, just looking for that board weight, hit and roll behind that, you know, Ryan Stone way over on the wings, trying to use that as a corner guard, but again, trying to play away from the middle.
Sweeper on it, curl around, get past that guard easily. Now to curl, try to get that rock, just clips it and moves it. And Taylor Reese-Hansen working to get that red stone out the back and just sticks around just on the back of this ring. Shannon Bernice now will try to separate these. What's she looking at here based on what you see Skip Kristen Ryan putting down there?
Yeah, we're looking for that come around. Again, to sit 2 in the rings here would be ideal for Team Ryan. It gives them a chance to put a force on. Even if they could steal one here, go up a couple of points, after having that break, I think the 2 are feeling really good heading into the last few minutes. Really looking to put the pressure back on the Team Reese-Hansen.
Denise waiting for that curl. Kristen Ryan puts that broom down, wants it right there. So I think to slow down now. Beautiful shots. Check those angles. He's taking the curl just a little bit past that guard.
Yeah, it's just poked out the other side. That guard is quite high, so there's lots of room. Put that there. Reese-Hansen still has to make a pretty nice shot on this, bringing it further up into the rings. But so far, both teams, I think, are still figuring out the changes based a bit late in the game. Not necessarily from the break that we just had, but just with it straightening it up, the rocks are going to carry a little bit further, so they just glide a little bit more, and you won't quite see that same snappy finish that we saw in the first half.
We're taking that real tight line right past that guard and hitting right on the nose and sticking. Moving a little bit away from the center line. Giving a little bit more of an open hit as Kristen Ryan gets ready to throw her first of the skip stones, leading 4-3. In 7, hammer belongs to Taylor Reese-Hansen.
Yeah, Kristen's going to be looking for a little bit of a roll underneath that guard. The weight on this is going to be key in being able to get that little bit of finish.
Ryan getting settled in the hack, cleaning that stone. Maybe look at where Shannon Bernice has put that broom. Settles herself. And skip stones across the sheets here, so we'll give you an update on scores in a moment. Kristen Ryan throws her first stone.
Right into her hand.
Too tight to that guard. Wrecks on the guard, crashes out, and leaves that stone exposed, but still that one blue. And how does this change for Taylor Reese-Hansen here as all those cards have cleared out? Where are the options for where she'd like to put the stone?
Yeah, this is a huge pivotal moment in this end. So Reese-Hansen, he's going to be looking to split the ring. He wants to get these 2 blue stones as far away from each other as possible, really minimize any double opportunities for Kristen Ryan to take this end.
Taylor Reese-Hansen trailing 4-3. The winner here moves on to championship weekend. They're hopeful alive to win the provincial championship. The loser is out after a hard week of curling. The winner will take on Emily Bowles' ring tomorrow in the 3-4 game. As Corinne Brown, the 2 seed, will take on Clancy Grandy, the 1 seed in that page playoff. The loser of the 1-2 game will take on the winner of 3-4. The winner of that 1-2 game will go right to the final. All of that will unfold tomorrow. You can watch it on CBC Gem and then on Check on Sunday.
Sweeper's just watching this one. Really nice.
Really nice touch by Taylor Reese-Hansen to get that stone close right to the on top of that red and sitting 2 now. So what off does this leave for Kristen Ryan?
Yeah, so right now, I think we're going to see Kristen. She's going to make the hit, and she's going to want to roll this as far over. Try and group it with the one that Taylor just threw there. Make it a little bit more difficult to remove. So she'd like to be shot. She'd like to get this close to the other one and set up that jam potential.
Keep away from that easy open hit for 2 that is setting up right now for Taylor Reese-Hansen. And Ryan gets ready to deliver her final stone here in 7.
I'd love to have this one roll over and group these to make Taylor's next one a little bit more difficult.
And it hits right on the nose, opening up an open hit or 2 as Taylor Reese-Hansen gets prepared for this shot. Or they're not so quick to call it. So that makes me wonder if they're sitting shot now, whether it's just the draw, right? Yeah, that's what it looks like. So now they're looking at the draw as the option to score there too.
Yeah, I mean, she just threw this draw. Her sweepers just saw the line for it, so it's always great to be able to throw the same shot twice, especially if you just made it. So pretty and a bigger range for tolerance on this too. Taylor Reese-Hansen just needs to be full 8 foot to get that second point. You're gonna pick the shot that you have that greater room for tolerance.
And if that rock happens to wander, you do have the potential of a little bit of backing there with blue. Although you don't want that to come into play, but it's there if that even starts to overcurl.
Yeah, sometimes it's just nice knowing.
Something there for now. Here comes the guy. Taylor Reese-Hansen looking for 2 here in 7. Just full 8 foot. Sneak by that red. And Ryan's going to try to make it hard on her. He's got it. Taylor Reese-Hansen puts up 2 on the board, takes the lead now. 5-4 through 7. Hammer sweepers over. Good advantage. A little bit of a wonky end, obviously, with that fire alarm. If you're just joining us, Archie Browning Arena here was evacuated due to a fire alarm. Everybody's okay. Hurlers are pulled off the ice. Everybody's back on now and playing, but taking advantage of that strange end with Hammer and putting up 2 on the board.
Yeah, I mean, that only puts Reese-Hansen up 1, so Team Ryan's going to be feeling pretty good. You're playing an even end. You got Hammer. You score your 2. You go up 1, so they'd love to score a point or 2 in this end, be able to force Reese-Hansen in 9, and Hammer either being to either up a couple of maybe 10 minutes. So they're still going to be feeling okay, even though they've just given up the 2 after that fire alarm break that we had.
So there's blanks fourth on the other end. So through 7, it's 3-2. Brent Pierce leads Cam Dion. And right next door, after a blank in 7, Casey Montgomery holds the Hammer, leading 7-5. All matches here are now in the 8th end, as first stones are on the way here from Sydney Grills and Team Reese-Hansen. Based out of the Victoria Curling Club, based team Kristen Ryan from the Golden Ears Winter Club. We're just trying to get this thing over the hog line there, and off the goal to get center line. Sweepers are on it now. We're trying to get that. And it's a great start by Sydney Grills there to get that one right in center line.
Really great for those sweepers to get that stone touching the center line. You're not able to bump it off with that new no-tick rule that's been adopted across the board. Picking the winner. Weight still seems to be pretty consistent, even though we had it sitting for a few minutes. So not too big of an adjustment for these athletes.
Anderson Fox's stone is on the way, trying to get behind this guard. It has a lot of room to curl, working its way over the logos. It's going to settle short. Just right on that OBC logo, it looks like. Stack those guards up.
I wonder if Team Ryan had a conversation about that stone that Kirsten Fox has been throwing. We've seen it coming up short a few times throughout this game. So it just makes me wonder, if there's something going on with that rock that they need to be thinking about a little bit more intentionally when they go to throw. Come around here for Sydney. Looking to drop this one on the top 4 foot. Really nice weight. Would have liked that to be just a little bit more. Try here for Kristen. Unfortunately, that stone just over curls. So this is part of that no-tick rule because her stone removed Taylor Reese-Hansen's off the center line. Taylor was quick to go put that back up. She does have the option to leave the stones as they are. But obviously, without Hammer here, she wants everything in front. She's got one top 4 foot, so she was real quick to put that stone back.
So for those not familiar, walk through the rule. At what point can you start removing guards that are sitting on the center line?
So it's after the 5th stone has been thrown at the end. So that 6th rock at the end goes to be thrown. We'll start to remove rocks off of that center line, but you just want to push them, completely peel them out. So it does change the dynamic of this year's really unique with having that no-tick rule. It's always in your mind that you always feel like you want to be a little bit better. You don't want to play it as close to that guard.
Moving forward, check for stone. Just takes off with that blue and a little bit of extra curl. Leaves it exposed. See what Kristen Ryan's calling. So based on what she's showing here, what do you expect? And they're really quick to go here as Megan Yamamoto delivers the stone. What are we looking at?
She's just looking to tap this rock back, make that little bit of wall of blue so that Team Reese-Hansen goes to move that red one. They're looking to set up for a jam opportunity. Having it behind the team line, it might even angle to behind their corner guards. So they're just using these rocks right now. Right now they can be your friends. They can also be your enemies a little bit later in the end. So
they're able to move those stones back. Ends up on the center line, but still a little bit will be showing here. And Voracek settles in the hack for her second.
Yeah, I'd expect to see Reese-Hansen using that almost as a guard and coming right in. I know she did that a lot against us when we played her last night, so they're very comfortable in keeping rocks in play and playing a lot of draws into the 4 foot.
Both sweepers are on holding that line, trying to get it past that guard. Jams up on that guard right on the center line.
Now that we have had more than those 5 stones thrown in this end, that rock doesn't need to go back to the center line. It's also their rock, so they are allowed to move it off there as well. So a bit of a break there for Team Ryan. They have a corner guard, so looking to make a nice run here from Megan.
Really pick up a pace here for Team Ryan. Megan Yamamoto quickly into the back and quickly the stones on the way. Getting it past those guards. Sweepers are on it, guiding it. Trying not to overcurl as it towards that blue stone, and just a little bit of an overcurl there, but still getting in a bit of the way. But we'll see. We'll see what these Zeno the hack there. There's a nice collection of stones lining up in front of the house.
I mean, it's still very much a usable stone for Team Ryan. They're able to at least bump that blue one off, so getting the corner is great.
Lots going on around here. We've got a 50-50 winner, got lots of players up here, lots of excitement. So you probably hear some of that coming through the microphones here. Sorry to interrupt you, Kim.
Okay, and exciting. These 50-50 pots have started to get up during this week, so some smiling faces here in the crowd with tonight's winner.
And a reminder, you can buy those tickets for home once we get underway tomorrow. It all closes at 9 p.m. for LBC.ca/daily5050.
So a jam there on Megan's attempt through the port. Ryan looking to follow suit here. Start to get more rocks in play. You're in the leader end, it's the third game. Sometimes you just need to pause and look it through and get to the right job.
Taking a look, Shannon Jonice, seeing what she can see. Kristen Ryan gets down into her crouch. There we go, Shannon Jonice up of the hack.
I'm really important on this one.
Yamamoto now sweeping it through that pole. Ooh, but jams on the back red. Nice try, got right to the face of that and moved. And the cheering you're hearing is from the Montgomery game going on right beside us. A lot of excitement after a beautiful shot by Jason Montgomery to put the pressure on Kolomaya.
Yeah, unfortunately, both teams trading hands. That was a really good opportunity for Team Ryan. Yeah, that's a tough court to navigate and miss both of those stones together.
Megan McGilvery now settling in for her first stone. Team Reese-Hansen leading by one. Ryan with hammer.
Yeah, I'd love to just make a simple guard here. Increase the degree of difficulty for Team Ryan's next stone. We're going to have to use some marks around the table, creating opportunities for their life to have a path to the It looks like it's sliding a little bit.
Getting in there to block out, run back on the red. Protecting those two stones. Reese-Hansen sitting in a really nice spot. I grew up Wednesday nights in a league that is nowhere close to this, but we had a situation this week similar to this where lots of rocks got piled up front, and we just kept adding those guards. We picked up our third win of the season, Kim, so we were pretty stoked about that.
It's always exciting when it works out.
Options that Kristen Ryan's team has here is these rocks are starting to accumulate up top, and run back is one option, but with Reese-Hansen hiding those two back there, currently scoring. He just about trying to protect those stones. Big weight.
There's an opportunity here to really open up this middle. They might even get a little bit of that red off their side, or catch their red one and go back. So.
And it turned out almost as good as you could ask there. Yeah. Knocking all those blues back. Taylor Reese sitting one still, opening up that board in the middle. But, changing the situation for Taylor Reese-Hansen in the house. So a few options here, obviously. She could close up that porch. She could play something back in behind those guards. What are you looking at in terms of where Daleen Borachuk has put the room now?
I think she's looking to block the right line to that red one. It's really close. I think Reese-Hansen might still be sitting one here. Really lock on. Point down that area for Kristen Ryan. Even if you come up in your top 8 foot, it really takes away that draw path. It would even take away that short red run back or tap back into the rings. And even though they've unlocked it, really looking to take away that pathway that's that top 4 foot to the top of the
And I know Taylor, she really likes to put pressure on it.
And you saw that double. She won the provincial doubles championship with my friend Corey Chester in December, and there was that's a game where you're putting pressure on your opponents all the time. With only 5 rocks in play and lots of rocks in play, or only throwing 5 stones to get those extra rocks. So she does like to put that pressure on, and she delivers that very close to right on the face, but it ticks off and just ends up settling in right beside to sit cheap. And there are lots of fans here tonight. There's a club from the Victoria Curling Club on every rink here, and there are lots of fans from the Victoria Curling Club here. And you heard that big cheer down on the ice for those Reese-Hansen fans. A bunch of the players have also migrated up here, so that's why you're hearing some of the noise. It's been quiet up here the last few days, but I think some of those eliminated teams are have spent a few hours since they were off the ice.
On their way to having some laughs with their friends.
Yeah. And that again is part of the beauty of this sport is, you compete in this event and you have friends still out on the ice, and a lot of as we get further on in the week, more teams get eliminated and they continue to come back to the rink to cheer those teams on, to see their friends from their home curling club or former teammates they've played with, and there's all sorts of that all across, which makes this sport truly special.
No, it's always fun to see your peers when they're shining on, whether they've made it or you've made it. It's one of the things that I love about the sport is just the camaraderie and the support that you receive. And it just makes it awesome.
Yeah, the dynamic. Last night, we had husband-wife duo playing right beside each other at the same time, and Chris Bear and Steph Jackson Bear. You see cousins playing, siblings playing. It's an amazing sport like that, unlike any other sport. All right, stones on the here. And it's through that court. Skips are pushing each other out of the way to get access to the rock. Shannon Johnny's not looking impressed with that. I think she felt like Dealeen Barczyk may have gotten her way there after Kristen Ryan shot, but I guess no harm, no foul. Beautiful shot as they move some things around.
They move some things around. Unfortunately, just curled a little bit too much, leaving Reese-Hansen sitting shot. And she still needs to put this in a good spot, though. The curl that we are still seeing off of that center line, that blue rock doesn't have to go very far for Team to get a big
Taylor Reese-Hansen, her last in 8, leads 5-4. Currently sitting shot rock, it looks like. Barczyk puts that balloon down just behind those guards. They're going to work that center portal once again. Taylor Reese-Hansen, stone on the way now. Barczyk needs to get a better look at it.
Communication here with Steve or something from the ring.
Past that guard. Shannon Jones is on it, and she will sweep that through. So that's not even counting. That stone went way too far, it looked like. Your eyes may be better than mine. Kim, take a look at what are we counting here in terms of what are in the rings, and what does that mean for the options that Kristen Ryan and Shannon Jones are now discussing in terms of moving that blue stone away. And what's your sense in terms of, is that blue sitting shot right now?
I think it's pretty close. Right now, if I'm Kristen, I want to make sure I get my 2. It could be really close for this to be a 3, but I want to get the 2 points. You'd like to get a go ahead heading into the 9th end. Right here, you're just thinking T-line draw and let your sweepers bump that rock back. It only has to go back about a couple of inches there. At least make sure you score your line.
And your answer may be both, but are we looking at line here, or are we looking at weight? Like, what factors in with a shot like this?
I think that first weight call that Shannon's going to get from her sweepers are going to be really key to them knowing that they want to play well.
So Yamamoto on it now. Kirsten Fox joins her. They need to get it around guard, not jam, and then curl back to get to that blue. They're able to get it past the guard and miss. They're now heading towards that blue. What an incredible shot moving that stone. And now they're going to have to take a look. It's for sure 2, maybe 3. An incredible shot by Kristen Ryan to put the pressure on Taylor Reese-Hansen. We can't see from up here. Do you have any sense, Tim, about where we're at there? They're putting up those threes, and that's an amazing shot to take a 7-5 lead through 8, getting just past that guard. Perfect weight, perfect everything, an amazing shot.
That was an incredible team shot. That's really knowing what that weight was out of Kristen's hand, sweepers communicating to Shannon, and her making a fantastic line ball to get it past that guard. And the hard sweep by Kirsten and Megan. So big high fives there. You can just see their energy coming up. Even if it's a 3, you're only down 2 with 2 minutes left to play, and their draws have been pretty good too. So they have a lot of pressure that in. Unfortunately, Taylor just went a little bit too far. That was not in place.
Yeah, but you just start thinking about running out of stones. So Taylor Reese-Hansen with hammer here. Oh, they just put the 2 up on the board. Well, that does change things a little bit. So they flashed the 3, but the 2's now up on the board. So 6-5. And like you described, Kim, we are still very much in a ball game here as we having that hammer in 10 is going to be crucial. So talk about the strategy. So Taylor Reese-Hansen now is looking at a situation. She has hammer in 9. If she doesn't believe she can get to that 2, at what point do you say, well, the best situation here is to try to blank and go for my 2 and 10? Or do you take your medicine? What's your mindset? What are you looking for as this end evolves in terms of that decision making?
So I think Taylor's already showing us what she really wants that 10-10 to look like. She could have opted to hit that stone in the rings, blank this end out, and have hammer, and only need to get 2 points to the head. So this really tells me that she's going hard for her 2 points. Their team is going to be more comfortable being up 1 point and having to make Kristen Ryan's team work a lot harder. So I think we're going to see a lot of rocks in play here. If that was my team would have been hitting that open rock, but that's just our comfort level and our style.
And you know that it's fascinating as different teams will implement different strategies. And we're getting late here. Talk about your pre-tournament meetings and the conversations you have, and what sort of dialogue you have about setting up that strategy for a week like this.
We definitely had a lot of team meetings ahead of this, practicing our scenarios, up 1 with, up 1 without, 2, down 2. So it really just comes down to what your team is feeling, and sometimes that'll change depending on the ice conditions too. Being a pressure game, late, 3rd day, getting a free hand to not really have to think, you just go to automatically throw. That would have also played into our team committed to.
Nice shot by Team Reese-Hansen. We've seen this strategy by them a few times today, playing that guard to the wings and then coming off that guard and putting it down. And that's what they've done there. Beautifully done by Sydney Brills in her first 2.
Those are 2 beautiful stones. Those are tough to throw. Sometimes you're starting to wonder if the ice might be coming down a little bit. Again, you're going to the wing, so it does take that curl a little bit more. I still be pretty comfortable as much as Team Ryan does have 2 they weren't right in the center line, so that button is still available for Taylor to be able to get that 1 point. This one looks like it's just going to stop in time.
Taylor Reese-Hansen taking a look here. Daleen Powarchuk setting in the house for her first. Just to take a look next door. Jason Montgomery taking advantage in 8, putting up 2. Jared Kolomaia's rank trailing 9-5 with hammer in 9. Montgomery is throwing his final stone, it looks like, in the 9th end. And all the way down the other end is tied at 3 as Brett Pierce has hammer in 9.
Big
Over the way
scrub here. Big scrub here. Oh, and they just tip on that guard. Those are always so tough when you're in the house calling it because you think you can get it by, and then when you just tick it and you're like, oh, I should have let it go and just let it and remove it off. So,
yeah, game of centimeters, really. Like that, just caught that guard. Megan Yamamoto really quick, and they're going to peel away that guard.
Here, you're controlling that forefoot. You got a guard. You don't want it to get too messy.
Daleen Powarchuk and hack for her second. Team Taylor Reese-Hansen trails 7-5 with hammer in 9.
Just looking to make a play on those stones. Love to get close to nose and bump one of those behind the tee line.
Sweeping, trying to keep that line. It does. Moves around both, but jamming on the back, and the blue spills. Taylor Reese-Hansen still sitting 2, but opening up those stones away from the guard.
I think the key there too with keeping that shooter in play. If she rolled out, this shot would have been a lot easier for Team Ryan. So now they got to navigate those 2 stones. There's one clear stone in the 4 and the top. I think there's still room to make a double on the other side. I think that was really great choice.
Joni Stevens take 1, and that red takes its path to the outside rings, and red still sitting 2, Ryan sitting 2 in 9. And we're all done over on C. Handshakes. Jason Montgomery moves on to the C final. He'll take on the winner of Cam DeYoung, Brent Pierce. So he goes to championship weekend from the Victoria Curling Club. Jason Montgomery's team coming off a big win. All right, let's focus in here now as Megan McGilvery steadies for her first with hammer in 9.
They're looking for this little hidden roll here. I'd love to just get it behind that guard. They just skinny by right to the nose. What a beautiful shot by Megan.
Beautiful shot just right by that guard as he described.
Well, and really tough for Team Ryan to follow it down and make that hang out a little bit more, jamming that into the back.
Shannon Jonice in the hack now.
Well, they fixed the score. They did put up the 3, so Team Ryan is up 7-5.
You were right all along. You were right all along. That was the sense that we had. There's that hit. The red stays there. So it does change things at 7-5. It puts this pressure on Taylor Reese-Hansen to score multiples here because hitting, we probably know the percentages, but hitting into 10 without hammer, likely low probability of winning. You'd have to steal a bunch in 10, or you'd have to steal in back-to-back ends and challenging, obviously. So the goal here is for multiples from Taylor Reese-Hansen with hammer, and how's the end setting up with just a few stones to go for her team to be able to do that?
Well, it definitely makes sense as to why she didn't get that open stone now. So being down two, she's going for her two, giving herself a couple of ends, like you said, to be able to tie this game up. So that all makes a lot more sense now, sitting up here in the booth. They're still sitting pretty good. A couple of good shots here, and they could still get their juice back. They're a team that loves lots of walks, so I wouldn't be surprised with them feeling pretty comfortable going into the 10th end without them.
Sweepers are on it. Megan McGill in her coach, watching this one guy come. The stone's going right to Taylor Reese-Hansen's broom. Good work by the sweepers, and leaves it just in the 4.
The sweepers were on that the whole way down, still in a really great spot. Depending on where Kristen ends up hitting this stone, leave a double. So she's going to have to be careful on where her shooter ends up as it comes closer.
Megan Yamamoto is just prepping the rock here for skip Kristen Ryan as she scoots her way down the ice to get ready to throw the first of her 2 skip stones with Taylor Reese-Hansen with hammer in 9. Ryan executing that beautiful shot for 3 in the 8th end to put the pressure on Taylor Reese-Hansen. And now what else Kristen Ryan looking at here as Shannon Jonies puts that room down.
I mean, you'd love to just get a little bit of a flaw in behind that guard, just Christmas tree a little bit, really shrink down that button, make it difficult to play a double. Obviously, goal number 1 is to hit this through clean. So anything knows a little flop inside of it is ideal. Okay, really move.
Kirsten Fox is trying to hold that line. Does get a big piece of that blue moves, but the red doesn't stick around. Skips out there, and that's okay, right?
Turn off. There we go. That's the right way to miss that shot, though. Like the last thing that you want to do throwing that is hit a little bit early and jam it in and roll it out of the ring. So this is a chance for Taylor. There's still going to be lots of room for Kristen throwing on her last one.
Those cheers here for great shots from Cam DeYoung. These local teams have a lot of support here in the building tonight. And
yeah, you can hear it all week long. Anytime something was happening for Victoria, people were banging on the walls in the stands, and we had one. We make this triple, and there's like one guy, and he's sitting there, and it's like a little golf.
Yeah.
So it's a very Victoria Pro crowd. There's also so you can tell there's some curlers out there too cheering for some good shots.
Which is great. 17 for the Victoria Curling Club on both sides of the men's and women's competing in this provincial championship. Taylor Reese-Hansen, one of those teams. Her shot is on the way here. Her first of the skip box. Well executed as it gets right to that face of that red stone. But it gives a little bit of separation. So what is what Ryan is discussing on that?
I think they're just going to be confirming what they've seen in the line coming down in this spot. She just threw it. This one, ideally, she's going to want to nose or just flop over a little bit. She's going to want to stick her shooter around on this one and just really shrink down that scoring, putting that little more precision pressure onto Taylor. The good news for Taylor is most of these stones are going to be slated behind the team line. That guard's so high, she's going to have tons of room to make a really good shot on her last.
A fantastic shot down on A to put 2 up on the board. He now leads 3 up on the board. Now leads 6-3, and gave a big fist bump to the crowd. Didn't have a lot of cheer for him, but playing on the road can be challenging. Beautiful shot for curler with big expectations this week as Prempers now leads 6-3 heading into tennis. Cam DeYoung has. Let's focus in though here now. Kristen Ryan's shot here, her final shot in 9.
Just a little bit more.
Bumps out that blue, but takes out her own. So what does this leave? Is we're looking at the hit for 2.
Yep, no one hit for 2. I was a little surprised by the weight on Kristen's last one after she had just thrown a nice finesse weight shot down there. So a bit unfortunate to have her shoot her roll out on this one. So it's going to be exciting right down to the end. It's going to be most likely, as long as Taylor makes this next one, we can expect it to be tied up coming home, keeping it exciting in this tiebreaker.
We picked a good one tonight for sure, and everything's on the line here. The loser goes, the winner moves on to face Team Bulls tomorrow in that 3-4 game. Also tomorrow will be the 1-2 page playoff. Nancy Brandy ranked first after Pool Bickford, Brown second, top 2 ranked teams in this tournament. Those games will all be on CBC Jam. And then the coverage moves over to Czech for the weekend. Taylor Reese-Hansen on the sweepers off. Right of the nose, moves it out a little bit, puts up the 2, ties it up at 7. And we now head to the 10th end with things all tied up at 7. With Kristen Ryan holding the hammer in the final out. She gets her multiples, and now the pressure switches over to Kristen Ryan with hammer to try to finish this thing off. Just to remind you, these things played all the way back on Tuesday, and the final score then 8-7. And we are looking at potentially something very similar in that case. Kristen Ryan won that match during the round robin play.
Yep, we knew it would be a really close game here tonight. Both of these teams making some great shots, giving themselves opportunities when they have hammer. Kristen's still going to be pretty happy coming home in the 10th end, has that hammer, throwing those last ones great. So is Taylor. So now it's going to be that chess match. It's who can make that great throw the top 4 for the first.
And based on how things are going down the other end, they're a few stones ahead, and all eyes in RJ Brown Arena will be on this game right at the end here, which is how it should be in such a close game. So things are underway. The discussion will be about how you ensure that you give yourself a shot at the end to score that one.
Yep. What Kristen's going to be looking to building this end is just giving herself that pass to the forefoot. I've seen her time over time make that pressure draw right to the button when she needs to. So she's got tons of experience. If she can get a little help from Kirsten Fox to put it in a good spot to start it off, then they can just focus on peeling those guards off and keeping that open path right till the end.
Guard is established right there on the center line, so it can't be moved until a little bit later on in this end. Kirsten Fox's stone on the way, and beautiful, just sneaking right by that guard. Maybe over just a little bit.
It's still a great throw, 10th end, pressure on. The last thing she wanted to do was tick that blue guard and have to put it back. So I think she'll be pretty happy with that throw.
Sydney Brill second after a beautiful first, setting up that guard. This one, the sweepers are just trying to get it across the hog line. And it just comes up a little bit short, so that rock will be moved out of play. Frustration you see on Sydney Brill's face. So something going a little bit on there, and now it sets up an opportunity removing that stone for Kirsten Fox.
Great opportunity here for Team Ryan. You really want to capitalize on this and get it in a good spot.
Going over top of the logos, heading down to that red stone. Kristen Ryan's got an idea of where she wants this stone. She's showing it to the sweepers. Shannon Jonice moving it there. Just needs to curl a little bit more. Still curling. Settles at the top of the 4.
A beautiful shot by Kirsten Fox. That is her experience taking over in that moment. She's going to be feeling really good after throwing this game.
Daleen Poirchuk setting land for her first here in 10. Score tied up at 7. Team Reese-Hansen with blue stones. Team Ryan with red. Ryan with hammer. Fox on the way. Sweepers are on it now.
Side's gonna big finish.
And they're stacking that stone right on top, moving things around. Red still sitting shot, but a very useful shot by Deline Poirchuk to just stack it on top of that red.
Yeah, great rock placement on that. Well judged stone by the sweepers too. They didn't panic out of their hand, knowing that they needed to bump those stones. And line was really key on that one. So really well managed by Team Reese-Hansen.
First opportunity Team Ryan has to move some things around here, and they're coming right after it. They clip that beautiful shot, clip that blue bullet right out of there.
I mean, that was a great plan B shot on that one. I know they
Because
wanted to guard on that.
what they were looking at is the Delia.
They were going for the deal on that. Just those hip weights as we've seen later in the end, they can really straighten up. Still see finish in the draws. You know, now that the team has come off on the sheet next to you too, which the ice is going to cool off a little bit. You're going to have to watch. The rocks might tighten, like the ice might tighten up a little bit, the rocks might glide a little bit more. So both teams are going to have to keep that in mind when they get towards those skip stones.
I was curious about this as well. We haven't seen a timeout yet today, and now the pressure's on. And Taylor Reese-Hansen using a timeout here to make sure that they are on the right page. Bring the coach in, have this discussion about what you're going to look like at the back end of this 10 minutes.
Yep, their coach Todd Troyer, he's got a ton of experience. He works really hard with this team. You know, they do have their 2 timeouts. So I think this is pretty pivotal, and being able to just take that break. Team Ryan has a lot of momentum, so this might just pause that momentum a little bit too, and really just get everybody on the same page. So they're going to be not necessarily just talking about what they want out of this shot, but what they want their next 2 shots to look like, and what opportunity they want to be able to create for Taylor when he comes to throwing the last one.
Timeout's done. Now we're focused in on Deline Poirchuk with her final stone in 10. And, you know, having everybody on the same page, crucial here is the priority is going to be to make it tough to remove one of these stones.
And really just setting yourself up. You know, the conversation was like, well, do we need to go after these stones in the rings, or do we need to put up another card to give ourselves a chance to bury something this time? So it looks like they've opted for going to move these red stones a little bit. They'd love to stay locked on. Great shot.
Beautiful shot. A little bit of separation, but still very tough to get that out of there. And now Shannon Jones, Megan Yamamoto will finish up the last third minute.
Yeah, and I see Kristen's really tightened her ice up on this one for her too.
Flips it just enough. Move it around a little bit and get that.
Yeah, right on the mark. No panic. Just kept it clean the whole way down. Megan's going to feel good after throwing that one. So now the pressure on Reese-Hansen. They're going to want to put a really good guard back up, get Team Ryan to waste a few shots peeling it, hopefully look for a miscue, to then be able to bring the play back into the rings.
Megan McGilvery with her first delivery.
Sweepers on it early. It's really all about the line on this one, so just putting it into a good spot. Looks like they're going hard for the finish.
Just need that to go. We want it desperately on the center line to ensure that block is covered up, and they get it close.
That's still a great spot because even, it's just going to change where you're throwing this peel on this next one. We see Kristen Ryan now has to go with the other turn with Shannon. We've shown Team Ryan the right side of the blue rock. If they were ever to go by and clip that blue, it's going right into the red ones. So it's a great rock placement.
And they peel the one back. Really the focus here, you just need to make sure that you have a shot when it comes right down to the wire. At what point do you start worrying about that blue stone sitting in the foot?
Right now with it wide open, I don't think Team Ryan's too concerned with it. They do have the one on the back button. They also have the extra kicker in there. So I think they're feeling okay right now.
Megan's building now with her final stone. Soup, and now they're back on it. Just trying to get that stone to settle right up close, make it hard to remove those blues. It's going to settle just on the top of the eight. What option Shannon is looking at as she's considering the final shot here in the 10 minutes?
I think Kristen's going to be looking to line up this double. Even if a couple of her reds move out of the 4 foot, that's okay. She wants it really wide open. Hitting this rock anywhere early is okay. Even if you just peel off that top one's okay too. Sweeping for the curl here.
Going motor on her hard on that curl. Moves the one,
missed it.
Just missing that double. All the way down the other end, Brent Pierce has a hit here for a peel. Just needs to remove one of the blue stones in play, and things will finish up over on A. Brent Pierce gets ready to throw his last, so we'll keep you updated on that one. As Pierce looks to move to that C finals. The winner will take on Jason Montgomery, who just won 10-5. Reese-Hansen getting in, settling in for her first of the two skip stones as we get right down to the final shot here in our feature match. Reese-Hansen stoning on the way. Sweepers are on it, and it's Green Barchuk's pulling them off. She's just trying to set up that right
Nice stone there by Taylor. Probably a little higher than she would have hoped, but the line is still good. So we'll see Team Ryan calling their timeout. Their coach, Diane DeZura, Olympian, so that she's got a wealth of knowledge and support to be able to bring in this timeout for Team Ryan.
Well, come take a look. So what are the different types of options? You just saw Kristen Ryan there, motion, this big sweeping motion. So what is she thinking about as the possible shots?
So I think the possible shots they're going to talk about is peeling this off and then forcing Taylor to have to decide, is she going to make a play on that blue one? Or she's going to have to make a play on that blue one because she's going to need to be shot. Or as you saw Shannon kind of motioning, it is a high guard. Do we just make a play on this blue rock and punch it out? And I think that's where Kristen replied, we picked that out. She's just going to come around this guard anyways. So I think this is a very smart call. Just get rid of this guard, keep your last shot as open as possible, and this is going to put the pressure back on Taylor to have to make an absolutely fantastic decision shot.
All right, we're getting right down to it. Kristen Ryan set up. Perfect. Through the round robin. Kristen Ryan's stone is out of her hands. focusing in on that blue, just to peel it away.
It's easy clean here.
She does, and Reese-Hansen quick to call that timeout. Final timeout and final stone. Again, what are the options that Taylor Reese-Hansen has in an attempt here to steal that one?
Yeah, well, I think her play here is she just really needs to bump that blue rock and lock it right onto the red one. So anything a little bit early just to keep that angle, make sure that there's no double for Ryan, and it would really shrink down that. It's going to really take down away that draw path to the button.
She does need to move that blue. Right now, Ryan is sitting 1.
Yes, so she does need to move that rock. So this is going to be, you're going to have to manage line and weight the whole way down. You've got to make sure that you move it. So I think they called their timeout just so they had a chance to talk about it. Give Taylor a little bit more time to just sit in the hack and take a breath.
Taylor Reese-Hansen out of the hack, stone on the way. Her final here in 10 needs to move that blue. There's on just a little bit of a clean. Coach up there calling a hard sweep.
This one's moving hard.
They are just trying to hold that line, trying to prevent that over curl.
She's thrown this one just a little bit light.
That's going to save Kristen Ryan the trip down the ice. Red sits 1. Kristen Ryan rocks away with the victory. She moves on till tomorrow and will take on Team Bowls. Just a 1 point for Ryan. A final 8-7. This ends Taylor Reese-Hansen's week. A sense of revenge from Kristen Ryan, knocking Reese-Hansen out this year. She did the same to her a year ago. And Kim, as you look forward to what we're going to see tomorrow, what are you expecting through the women's draws for the games tomorrow, right up until the finals?
I expect to see more fantastic curling. I think Team Ryan's going to need to be a little bit sharper to get off and just make sure they get those rock placements early, keep them above the tee line, especially as their opposition has had a time to rest.
All right, good night. Thank you all for joining us. And more curling tomorrow, streamed likely here on Curl BC tomorrow, the 1-2. And then we will get to everything on Check and CBC Gems tomorrow as well. Thank you again for joining us. Kim Dennis, Richard Zuxman, thank you to everybody for joining us here on the Curl BC website. Thanks, Kim.
Thanks.
That was fun.
Super fun. It just beeped and died mid. I was like, oh, come on.
The headphones died?
The headphone died. I was trying to click it so I could get it back on.